Dear viewers of Emotional Store channel, Assalamu alaikum. I was 17 years old. Today my mistress was asking me to stay at her house for the night. When I refused, her husband said, "Son, stay. Madam will be alone at home. Take care of her." I said okay. My mistress was a very beautiful young lady of 24 years. I had to stay with Madam for the night. But I was shocked at night when Madam laid me on the bed at midnight. My name is Rizwan, and I am 25 years old. I had worked in a big businessman's house at the age of 16. Even today, when I recall the memories of the past, I get goosebumps. My master was a businessman, and due to this, he mostly stayed out of the house, due to which Madam was often alone at home. Madam's name was Madiha. I was kept to take care of the bungalow, and also so that Madam does not stay alone at home. But the surprising thing was that Baid Saheb had not even kept a guard to protect the bungalow. Baid Saheb's name was Sikandar Baloch. There was an age difference of 12 years between the two, and Malika was 24 years old. Actually, Malika was quite a few years younger than Baid Saheb. I had just come to the house for work, because I belonged to a poor family, and we were 5 siblings. I was the eldest, so Ammi Abba used to send me out of the house for work. Often after evening, Malika did not allow me to come home. She used to keep me at her house. But I used to come home daily making some excuse or the other. In those days my salary was also less. So one day Malika said to me, "I am increasing your salary. You will have to stay here at night also." I told this to Ammi Abu. Ammi Abba said that, "Son, this is a very good thing. With this excuse, some of our problems will become even easier." But I refused to stay overnight. The next day when I went to work, the mistress asked me why I did not bring my luggage. I replied that, "Mistress, I cannot stay here overnight. That is why I did not bring my luggage." The mistress talked to her husband and asked me to stay. In the evening when they were having dinner, they called me. Then the mistress's husband said, "Stay, son. The mistress is alone at home. Take care of the mistress, and I have hired you to work so that the mistress does not remain alone at home." Finally, I could not give any answer. I told him, "Okay, I will stay." The senior officer showed me the room and said that you will stay here. I nodded yes, and I would do the house duty till 10 p.m., and after that I would go and sleep. One night, I was sleeping in the room. Suddenly, I heard the sound of the door opening. I thought whether thieves had come into the house. Scared, I came out of the room and saw that there was a very strong wind blowing, and the door was also open. I thought that the wind is very strong. Maybe that is why it opened. Anyway, I closed the door and went to sleep in my room. I woke up at far time, prayed and got busy with my day's chores and spent the whole day working. As per routine, I did my duty till 10 p.m. and went to sleep. Night 2. At 10 o'clock I heard the sound of the door opening again, and I came out of the room and saw that the door was open again today, and there was no wind blowing today. A week passed like this. I was very upset with this. I used to sleep with all the doors closed. Then why did the doors open at midnight? I thought, why not keep an eye on who opens the door tonight? I did my duty till 10 o'clock and went to the room and waited for the door to open. It was 2 o'clock in the night, but I did not feel any movement. I was in a bad state due to sleep. When I did not feel any movement, I thought that someone was joking with me. I felt a little hungry and thirsty, so I went to the kitchen. I took out food from the fridge and ate it and drank water, etc., and started coming back, when suddenly my eyes fell on the room of the mistress. I was stunned to see the mistress. The mistress was swinging on the bed, and her hair had fallen on her face. I hid behind the door and started watching her, when suddenly Malkin got up from the bed and started coming out of the room. I started getting scared of her after seeing her open hair. I saw that Malkin opened the door and went out. I also followed Malkin. Malkin had hair all over her face and was wearing white clothes, and it was 2 o'clock in the night, and Malkin was walking on the roadside wearing a white dress. I also got very scared after seeing Malkin but kept following Malkin. I did not remember that I had left the door of the house open. Anyway, I kept following Malkin when suddenly a car passed by. Malkin at a high speed. Seeing the high speed of the car, I started looking at the car driver. When the car passed, I looked back towards Malkin, but did not find Malkin there. I kept searching for Malkin for a long time, but I could not find Malkin. I got tired and came back home. When I came home, I looked in Malkin's room. Malkin was sleeping in her room. Now many questions were ringing in my mind that today the door was open, so mistress came. But every day when I close the door, then from where does mistress come? Thinking this, my mind started aching and I locked the door and went to sleep. In the morning, mistress knocked on the door of my room and said, Rizwan, what is the matter? You got up very late today. It is already 11 o'clock in the morning. I got up and got ready quickly and cooked breakfast. Gave it to mistress and got busy in other routine works. Now I was also scared of mistress, and the questions of the night were also ringing in my mind. Now I was waiting for the night to come again so that I can keep an eye on mistress to see where she goes. I did duty till 10 o'clock in the night. After doing the duty, I came to the room and started waiting when suddenly at 2 o'clock in the night, at 0 o'clock, I heard the sound of the door opening. I got up and went out of my room. I saw that the door was open and no one was there. I came out of the gate and saw that Malkin was walking along the road. I started following her from a distance. I had gone a little far in pursuit when suddenly someone put a hand on my shoulder from behind and pulled me towards him. I was scared to death. I looked back and saw a man standing there. He said, Brother, where are you going like a thief? Who are you? Without answering him, I looked towards Malkin and she had disappeared. I told that person that I work in someone's house and I have come here following someone. Saying this, I ran towards the house. When I reached home, I went straight towards Malkin's room. I did not have the courage to open the door of the room. I gathered courage and tried to peek inside the window from outside the room. Someone tapped me from behind. As soon as I turned and looked, I screamed because Malkin was standing behind me and I was looking at Malkin. Meanwhile, the mistress started saying, Rizwan, what are you doing here so late at night and why are you peeping into my room? The mistress had a water bottle in her hand which made it look like she was coming from the kitchen. I was very scared and I told the mistress that if you are here, then who is outside? I have seen someone outside and was looking at you in the room to see if you are present in the room or not. The mistress said, go and sleep. Don't do this again. The next day I got busy with the day's work. I was very scared of the mistress. Whenever the mistress would call me, I would answer. Nervously, the mistress asked, what is the matter, Rizwan? Why are you so scared? I did not answer and continued working. That night, after the mistress went to sleep, at 2 o'clock in the night, I heard the sound of the door opening in my room. When I came out, I saw the mistress going out. I closed the door from inside and jumped over the wall and started following the mistress when suddenly I saw the master coming from the front. When the master's eyes fell on me, he got surprised and started asking me, Son Rizwan, what are you doing here? I said tremblingly, Master, mistress has gone out of the house. Master, and I kept searching for her there for an hour, but mistress could not be found. Then master brought me towards the house. When I looked, the door was locked from inside. I thought in my heart that today mistress will definitely be caught because I had locked the door from inside, and the door is locked from inside. This means that mistress has not come yet. Master said, Rizwan, the door is locked from inside. Master rang the latch on the door. After a few moments, mistress opened the door. I was surprised and worried to see them. I felt as if I have gone mad. We came inside. Mistress said, Hey Rizwan, when did you go out? What could I answer? I remained silent. I went to the room. As soon as I lay down on the bed, I fell asleep. My eyes opened at the time of AI namaz. I got up and prayed far namaz. Started preparing breakfast for master and mistress. After giving breakfast to master, I told master, Master, I am leaving the job. The owner asked in surprise, Why? What's the matter? Why are you leaving your job? I told the whole thing to the owner. The owner said, There is no such thing. I am here. You don't need to leave your job. I will take care of it myself. I have finished all my work. I have not to go anywhere for at least 15 days. I will take care of everything. You don't worry. Hearing this answer from the owner, I became a little relieved. I was very tired, because of which I slept very well that night and woke up today morning at the time of far namaz. The next night, I was waiting. I was waiting that now the mistress will be caught. But no movement was felt. Like this a week passed. Ever since the owner had returned, there was peace in the house. I started thinking that maybe my mind had gone bad due to too much work. Now the time for the owner to leave had also come. The owner had told me while leaving, "Son Riven, now if your mistress leaves the house, call me immediately. I will come to you wherever I am." I became happy on hearing this. I did not feel any movement for the next 2 days. On the third day again, at 2 o'clock in the night, I heard the sound of the door opening, and I called the owner to inform him that the owner had left the house. I was following the owner, and was also telling the owner about her location when suddenly I saw that the owner's car came on the road. The owner stopped the car right next to the owner and quickly got down from the car. He held the hand of the owner and made her sit in the car and drove away quickly. There was a forest at some distance from there. I saw the owner's car going there. I got worried and started thinking that the owner should have gone home. Where is he going? Towards the forest. I thought of following the owner. I also followed him inside the forest. There was a room made of wood in the wilderness inside this dense forest. I saw the owner's car standing there. I peeped inside the room, and whatever I heard shook me for once. The owner and the mistress were sitting face to face on chairs, and the owner was saying, "Tell me," but the mistress was silent. The owner again asked the mistress, "Mediha, tell me, since when have you been following me? Tell me everything clearly. Otherwise, I will kill you right here." The mistress replied, "You can do this work very well. I have been following you since the time I came to know that you are doing drugs business." The owner said in panic, "What do you mean? What are you saying? Have you gone mad?" The mistress said, "Stop it, Sikandar. How much more will you lie? How can anyone progress so quickly in a few years with this luxury and money?" The owner replied, "Well, now that you have found out, it is a good thing. Anyway, you cannot do any harm to me, but now that you have found out my secret, I will kill you." "Will you kill me?" "Sikandar, won't you feel ashamed of killing your wife?" The owner replied, "When you did not feel any shame in spying on your husband, then why should I feel ashamed? Whoever comes in the way of my purpose, she will have to die, even if she is my wife. Anyway, people only see success. They do not see which path one has chosen to become successful." Malkin laughed loudly and said, "Do you think I am a fool? You do not know that I am the daughter of Brigadier Ashraf, who is a brigadier in ISI. And for your information, I must tell you that I have told my father everything about you. That day was unlucky when I fell in love with you and married you against my father. Do you think that you will kill me and run away? So, for your information, I must tell you that Papa has sent his men here in plain clothes. When you caught me, he had seen you then itself. I have all the evidence against you." Meanwhile, Malkin took out the Bluetooth from one of her ears and said loudly, "Everyone come inside." The door opened loudly, and 4 men in plain clothes came inside. As soon as they came inside, the owner caught the lady and said, "You had made a very good plan to catch me, but I am always one step ahead. Let me go, or else I will kill this girl." The clever woman married me by hiding her identity. One of the people who went inside laughed and said, "What a fool you are. You did not know anything about the person you married." The lady said, "There is no use of this. Sikandar, you cannot run away after killing me." As soon as the owner heard this, he pushed the lady on those men and immediately jumped out of the window and ran away. I was watching all this. After 15 minutes, the 4 men came back and said, "Madam, the bad news is that he has run away, and the good news is that we had put a tracking device in his car, so that wherever he goes, it will be known, and we can trace him easily." Meanwhile, the lady's eyes fell on me, and she asked one of her companions to bring me. I tried to run away, but was caught. They took me to the lady, and the lady asked me, "Rizwan, what have you heard?" I bowed my head and said, "Madam, I have heard everything." Madam told the men who were present with Madam to make Rizwan sit in the car. They blindfolded me and made me sit in the car. Madam told them to trace Sikandar. "Where is he?" The car stopped at a place as soon as it came out of the forest. Meanwhile, a man said that I have traced Sikandar. He is present at a distance of 15 minutes from us. Okay, do this. Put the location in Google Map. Now Google will tell us. According to that, we reached a bungalow. The car is present here. Surely Sikandar will be present in this bungalow. Let's see. Madam and her two companions got down from the car and entered the bungalow. Madam said, Sikandar, do not try to run away, because it is useless. You have not only deceived me, but you are playing with the lives of innocent people. That is why now I will not go without taking you from here. Sikandar made fun but was caught. Madam's men made Madam sit in the car and left. After that, Madam said to me, Rizwan, we will go to your house in your master's car. Please forgive me. My intention was not to scare you. I just wanted you to call my criminal husband and I would extract the truth from him. You did exactly that. All this was very difficult for me. But I was surprised at Madam. How brave she was at such a young age.